Alrighty, folks. Good, happy weekend to you. It's quite a miserable rainy day outside today, so we're gonna work on some kettlebell stuff, primarily in kneeling. All right. This was actually kind of inspired by, of all things, picking my kitty litter, where here I am kneeling, rotating through, and it's like my glutes are just on fire, and I'm like, I used to be able to, I used to, a lot of used tos. That a couple of years back, this was part of a regular routine for me to go through the kneeling, tall kneeling, or kneeling, half kneeling, and then like standing chop variations with the kettlebell. So we're going to bring that back a little bit. What I'm going to start off with is essentially kneeling planks. So, right, so we got our kettlebell here, and now we're just going to try and push our hips all the way through, keep our shoulders relaxed. Or how about this, not shrugging it up. I'm just going to hold that for as long as we can. All right, really focusing on hip extension, not like lumbar extension. A little bit of core bracing is needed. And the thought is really that as you're holding this, you should feel the work in your hips, and that the weight shouldn't necessarily feel heavy in your hands. If it is, it's probably because you're starting to tense your shoulders or like your upper trap too much. This is where, yep, my glute is definitely starting to burn. So that was with the weight in front of us. We can also try this with the weight behind us and to the side. So it's going to challenge us in a variety of ways. And again, going back to like knocking out a couple of things here. I have my toes tucked under, so I'm getting a little bit of a foot stability, toe extension, working on that ankle dorsiflexion. All right, same idea. Trying to keep your shoulders relaxed, hips stay under you. All right. So that was behind us, and then we can also work the sides. So I will say what that's currently hardest on is my calves because I've been keeping my toes tucked under. So I'm getting like a very prolonged stretch that I'm not used to. I'm not used to staying in a dorsiflex position for that long. Well, I can't even get the 70 pounder off the ground. Alrighty, so let's put that away and we shall cut the weight in half and come off of our knees for a little bit because my calves are burning, which is interesting. Um, Ended up hitting squats last time I was at the gym and was just dealing with some sort of right groin discomfort. So I was like, all right. Ended up doing 5 by 5 at 135 pounds and found, when I really emphasize like good core bracing, that it was much more comfortable and like I was like, oh, like I'm hitting the depth that I want to. I'm feeling my glutes and my quads working. I'm not feeling like groin pressure. I feel stable, balanced, etc. So I might end up running 5x5 for a bit, um, and just rebuild my squat that way. And I will say my groin has been feeling pretty good since then. All right, so here we go, 35 pounds. So again, really feeling that right cheek light up right now. So, I might call these like tall needle planks. Pretty sure I stole these from FMS at one point. Um, but the thought being, all right, there we go. Now I'm getting my hip all the way through. And it's like things are starting to burn. I feel this lateral core kind of kicking in. Glutes are shaking because I'm really trying to emphasize getting my hips through. And again, like because my toes are pushing in and I'm dorsiflexing, it's like calves are lit up to the point where I'm like, oh, things are burning. So I felt like, I might make the argument that I'm definitely barbell stronger, but I feel like that I am not as rounded as I used to be in terms of like positional strength. So, but that's also where it goes back to the fact that I used to practice this kind of stuff more often. I just don't, I haven't done it in a while. So, makes you wonder. I did think about, if I ever got the chance to retire, um, then I might end up doing like 3 a days. It's like, Mark, what'd you do? Oh, I, did my cardio in the morning, came back. Right after lunch, I hit my strengthening routine. And then after dinner, I did my stretching and mobility work. All right, we're going to come off of our calves for a little bit because of the burning that I'm feeling. And I believe that my Bowflex is around 20 pounds today. Let's see, what do we got? Looks like 20. Um, so what we're going to do after this is a round of chops and then a chop and press. And see if that's it for the day. Can definitely feel, like I said, my hips are definitely air quote more fatigued than I'm definitely used to feeling. But when you hold weight for this long, yeah, it's a different stimulus. All right, we're still in our rest cycle. All right, there's our, that's our move cycle. Now it's a rest cycle. So I used to do these as like a ribbon rather than a true chop. right, so up, over. Really trying to get those hips all the way up. That was rough. Gotta admit, it felt very clunky. All right, we're gonna give it a little longer break, and after that, we'll get into the chop and press. All right, so just got the buzz to start the next move cycle, which will be a minute. It'll then be a 30-second rest cycle, and then we'll get into the final 2 sets. All right, so we're now entering the rest cycle, so we can mosey on up so that we can be ready for the move cycle. So felt good, felt different. Interesting. There's so many like workouts that I like doing. I just don't have like the time for them per se to show like growth as opposed to just like being able to do them. So little 8. Come on. Ooh. Oh, my shins are burning. Alrighty. That was good. A little different workout. Haven't hit that position in a while, but legs feel good. Yeah, I think I'll call it there. Good enough for me. If you did what I did today, great. You did your own thing, awesome. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you. It's what we're here to do, help each other be a little better every day. So, good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.